Hello students. As a part of submission, you have to complete these experiments. I have provided all the details on the Google Classroom. You can complete a write-up part and scan it as a single PDF file and upload it on the Google Classroom till or before Diwali. Okay. So we will see our remaining part from our unit number 6, and that is application of GIS, GPS and remote sensing in planning. So in general, in our previous lecture also, we have seen some introductory part, what is GIS, what is GPS and what is remote sensing. We will see further remaining part. So as we discuss, GIS is nothing but preparation of maps. GPS is related to deciding the location, and remote sensing is nothing but taking images from the distance, and that is why it is called as remote. Likewise our remote which we use for TV or many appliances, electronic appliances at our home. So satellites take images from their orbit of the earth surfaces, or earth surface we can say, at different interval of time, and they keep orbiting or they keep revolving around the earth surface, and we get all the features in terms of latitude, longitude. Then we can analyze the land use, we can have image processing and proper analysis, we can calculate number sizes of different facilities or even land uses on the earth surface. So as urban planning is associated with the planning infrastructural facilities spatially means throughout the city. You have attended one session of Raisoni sir also. In that also you must have seen how preparation of maps is important in planning, and GIS, remote sensing and GPS now help a lot to update all these things in a soft copy. Earlier, many times the maps were prepared manually on the paper, but now with the help of all these uh, advanced tools, geoinformatics, it's very much easier or accurate to prepare maps with proper details and with higher accuracy, so that we can use them while planning for our urban area. So you can have watch on development also. You can have analysis of images from Google Maps, or you can say Google Earth also. You can keep watch or you can analyze the unauthorized developments in many areas. So it is very much easier by using latest technologies like even drones. You can measure the land areas, you can fix the boundaries, then you can have good quality photography also. So there are so many advanced equipments available as of now. DGPS, by using satellite locations of different points, can be given from the one place also. So it's very much, or these Google Earth or even maps, Google Maps are nothing but the application or output of our remote sensing images. So all these images are received from the satellites. There are so many satellites, and different countries have released different satellites for their different applications. You can see the India or location of India, the you can say land uses, the colors of the total earth surface as a sphere you can find, or you can analyze the land uses. So there are so many applications. Here you can see some of the layers by using or hiding or enabling many layers. You can have analysis with respect to roads, transportations, or many more. Likewise, AutoCAD software, you can have use of all these images. Especially, Bhuvan is one of the platform that we will see uh, on the platform of ISRO and IIRS, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing. They have stored many images of the satellites and they provide it free of cost or for some accurate or sorry for more or for detailed analysis you may be requiring different images. They can provide it with some charges. So we will see some basics and their applications. You can see all these are the remote sensing images and that you that can be utilized for preparation of maps or for analysis purpose, considering many we can say applications. So in general, what is urban planning? Sometimes known as city planners, urban planners known as city planners design cities and create plans for the future improvements and growth. These plans include much of what you see when moving through an urban environment, streets, parks, public places and more. जे सिटीमधलं जे काही आपण इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर बघतो किंवा जे काही प्लॅन्ड फॅसिलिटीज बघतो that or these facilities are designed by the urban planners or town planners. So when illness ran ramp through the dirty, overcrowded cities, city planners deduced that situating people far from industrial centers, foul odors, and pollution would improve the public health. So earlier, the city planning was not that much evolved, but considering or many with some many upgradation, some changes, now we have reached to a particular parameters that this should be a part of our urban environment so that people will be happy to live in that particular environment and there will not be any problem related to pollution or foul odors like that. म्हणजे इंडस्ट्रियलायझेशन कुठं असलं पाहिजे शहरामध्ये, कुठल्या ठिकाणी कुठल्या फॅसिलिटीज असल्या पाहिजेत हे आपण आता सध्याला झोनिंग तयार करून ठरवत आहोत. सो इट वॉज ड्युरिंग दिस टाइम दॅट झोनिंग ऑर्डिनन्सेस केम इन टू इफेक्ट, separating urban areas into residential, business and industrial districts म्हणजेच areas. So some argue that though there may have been health benefits, moving people further from their jobs, increased reliance on cars, increasing traffic and air pollution. As such, modern city planning must consider things like bike lanes, walkability, and traffic flow. So considering all these issues, we are preferring mixed land use neighborhood planning concept, as well as sectoral planning. So you see, while planning new towns like Navi Mumbai, Gandhinagar, Chandigarh, sectoral planning or the TP scheme concept is implemented or utilized, which includes neighborhood planning, that is planning for smaller areas with minimum, or we can say bare minimum facilities, including playgrounds, parks, schools, healthcare facilities, grounds like this, or gardens. So while early city planners, or you can go through these PPTs also. We have shared all these PPTs with you in the planners exercise. So you can see the planning concept of Kevin Lange, Evinger Howard, Raymond Unwin, Tony Garnier, Gordon Cullen, Chrysler, Robert Owen, Lucio Costa, Otto Koenberger, Christopher Benninger, Henry Wright, C.A. Doxadis, Lee Corbusier, Charles Correa, H.K. Mewada, Frank Lloyd Wright, then Edwin Lutyens, Clarence Ferry, Clarence Arthur Ferry, then Clarence Stein, Patrick Geddes, Lewis Mumford, Patrick Abercrombie, C.A. Doxadis. So these are the various planners who have invented many planning philosophies. They have worked on many projects worldwide. They have implemented or their philosophies with the example of many cities worldwide, and now many concepts are now followed. Some concepts were different, now some of them were not followed, or now some of the concepts are not implemented considering many difficulties. But what we see the planning as of now, that is TP scheme, neighborhood planning concept, sectoral planning, new towns, nodes in the Navi Mumbai planning. So all these are the mix or modified, we can say, planning philosophies which are important considering the developments in the present scenario. So we can see mass transportation systems are provided in Navi Mumbai. Different nodes are prepared. Nodes are like self-sufficient small towns, and they are connected by rapid transit systems or mass transportation systems like local or railway. So we can see mixed land use is generally preferred. Certain part is provided for residential area, certain part is provided for the industrial applications or industrial manufacturing like MIDC, and near to that the residential facilities are also provided so that people will not be required to travel longer distances. So you should study all these concepts properly again. uh, we have discussed some of the concepts in our practical also. So I have allotted all these planners to you, so you go through all these PPTs, and we will be having one more discussion on planning philosophies of all these planners. So while early city planners were generally concerned with the rapid population growth and urban sprawl, modern urban planners are faced with opposite issue. Most cities are not growing. In fact, many are facing population loss. So we consider cities as engines of urban growth, but it should be planned properly, then only it will serve in a proper fashion. Okay. Otherwise, there will be a lot of problems of urbanization, and people will start migrating from urban areas to the smaller cities or in the rural areas or countryside also. You must have seen in this pandemic, people from Mumbai or metropolitan cities migrated to their, uh, we can say, ancestral places or their hometowns or locations which are their uh, hometowns in the rural countryside. So urban planners must also plan for what to do with the vacant land created when the people or business move away. So in urban areas also you can see there are so many places which are not occupied. Even the agricultural land is getting converted into the non-agricultural land, but even houses are not constructed on that particular land in the urban areas. We see it as an investment plotting, but the valuable agricultural land is also getting converted into the non-agricultural land uses, but actually that is also not getting benefited as many plots are vacant without the construction of business activities or the houses. So in many cities you can see some houses are constructed and some plots are vacant, just fencing is provided. So urban planners do their best to plan for an unpredictable future. Fortunately for today's urban planners, technology has advanced in a way that can help. Geographic information system have been have become an invaluable tool for urban planners, providing support for database creation, spatial analysis, modeling, and visualizations. So you have seen that in the planning process, we need to prepare development plan, TP scheme, regional plans, and for that particular preparation, the data compilation or survey is very much important, and these tools help a lot for data compilation as well as preparation of maps. So you can see benefits of GIS in urban planning. GIS in urban planning is becoming increasingly useful over time. Initially, the high cost of installation and operation stunted the adoption of GIS in urban planning. However, GIS hardware became less expensive and GIS software become more user-friendly. Adoption has increased. There are numerous benefits of using GIS in urban planning, but there are the top five. Okay, we can see these are the benefits of using GIS, that is geographically information system. Improved mapping. As we discussed, now maps are more accurate, having more detailed description of the land uses, plot parcels, we can say plot boundaries, roads, and other infrastructure facilities. So with a single repository for current and historical data maps, GIS can improve map currency whether or not a map is up to date, increase the efficacy of thematic mapping and lower expenditures for data storage. So there are many, we can say, parameters. Increased access to vital information. Desktop GIS makes it easier to store, manage, and access data from a variety of sources. Cloud GIS offers that same benefit while enabling access from any device. आपण त्या पर्टिक्युलर सॉफ्टवेअरचा एखादा डेमो घेऊयात, त्यातून तुम्हाला थोडीशी कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर होतील, कारण की दॅट इज ऑल्सो पर्टिक्युलरली अ बिग डोमेन और बिग एरिया अँड दॅट यू कॅन learn a lot and you can have your career also in that particular domain. So improved communication with unified system for data storage and management, internal parties can access the information they need immediately rather than shifting through the documents, hard drives, and trying to track down data across the departments. म्हणजे सॉफ्ट कॉपीमध्ये बऱ्याच वेळा तयार असेल सगळ्या गोष्टी, तर ते आपल्याला इझिली दुसऱ्यांना देता येतात, पाठवता येतात. सो यू कॅन हॅव ॲसेस टू डिफरंट अथॉरिटीज अँड यू कॅन वर्क टुगेदर by sitting in different offices. So increase quality and efficiency for public services. GIS can be used to create public facing portals, opening the flow of information between government organization and public. Government officials can share information quickly while members of the public have self-serve access to information they need. म्हणजे लोकांना सुद्धा बऱ्याच गोष्टी आपण ऑनलाईन करू शकतो. म्हणजे काय आता आपण हे बघितलं असेल, जिओ टॅगिंग असतं, प्लॉट बाउंड्रीज, किंवा आपण फोटो काढताना सुद्धा बघतो की त्याला जिओ रेफरन्सिंग किंवा लोकेशन दिलेलं असतं. त्याचबरोबर जे आता आपण बघितलं की अंडर महारेरा ऍक्ट वी हॅव टू upload all the documents of the project on a Maharera website, and we get approval from that particular documents. And even people can access, customer can access the location, the details of the project online. So it helps for transparency, or creating a transparency in the people, as well as having access to all these information, important information, directly or easily. Otherwise, it would have become, to get a copy of that particular document from the office, you may need, otherwise you may need to go to visit that particular office to get that particular document or information. Now you can use internet from your own house, from mobile, and you can have access to all these documents. So government official can share information quickly. Okay, increase support for strategic decision making with speedier access to a wider range of important geographic information. Planners can create informed strategies more effectively. More than that, they can explore wider range of what if scenarios, ideally leading to stronger and more effective long-term strategies. So considering many natural calamities, or many unseen or forecasted, we can say, problems, we can have proper planning, proper urban planning to face all these problems. So how does GIS achieve these benefits? Take a look, GIS tools for urban planning. So if we go in detail, you will see what is GIS, how it is utilizing the available information, and how it is made available for people with some analysis. So you can see how maps are prepared, and how people can use all these GIS technologies. So GIS helps urban planners to develop the towns and cities we live in, prepare for future developments, and make adjustment as the population in an area changes. An important and useful tool, GIS has become invaluable for many when it comes to effective urban planning. GIS platforms have a variety of capabilities that can be applied to urban planning, database management, visualization, spatial analysis, and spatial modeling are among the most widely employed. Let us take a quick look at each. Database management. So information collection is also a huge task. Without information, you cannot do analysis and plan for needy people. That's why you can see even in census survey also a lot of information is collected. So now even land record department is also, or city survey department is also updating their softwares. Even Sadhvara provided by the revenue department also are getting digitized. You are getting village maps, city level maps easily online, or you can have detailed information available on the website. So database management is the process of creation, import, maintenance, and use of all data traveling in and out of GIS platform. For urban planning, this involves the storage of environmental data, socioeconomic data, the land use maps, plans, and planning applications. Cities produce huge quantity of data in many different formats. GIS provides a single database where all the data can be stored and easily organized. Once data has been added to the database, urban planners can use spatial queries to quickly assess the information. Visualization. In the context of urban planning, visualization often refers to the map. Desktop GIS offers powerful mapping visualization tools, enabling planners to create maps. Sometimes even in 3D, environmental and socioeconomic data can be used to help create these maps or added after the fact as secondary data source. Digital maps makes it easier for urban planners to make decisions and explore solutions. For example, identifying an ideal location for new park or public space. So if sufficient information about that particular town is available with you, then you can have analysis with respect to elevation, uh, digital elevation model, the drainage basin, the river flows or streams, natural streams flowing in that area, the land uses like forest, barren land, or agricultural land. So considering all these features, you can have your suggestion related to site selection for new towns, for MIDC, the alignment of highways, alignment of railway network. So with all these analysis, it is becoming easier to plan for the projects. We will see in more detail in our afternoon lecture also. So GIS in urban planning enable spatial analysis. Spatial means with respect to the different land parcels or throughout the city, and modeling, which can contribute to a variety of important urban planning tasks. These tasks include site selection, land suitability analysis, land use and transport modeling, the identification of planning action areas, and impact assessments. GIS functionality such as interpolation, buffering, map, overlay, connectivity measurement help urban planners to achieve these टास्क. ओव्हरले म्हणजे काय की डिफरंट लँड युजेस डिफरंट मॅप्स आपल्याकडे असू शकतात. आपण ते एकमेकावरती ले करू शकतो आणि त्याच्यावरून आपल्याला बेस्ट पॉसिबल झोनिंग तयार करता येऊ शकतं की या ठिकाणी इंडस्ट्रियल यूज बेटर राहील, या ठिकाणी ॲग्रिकल्चर लँड आहे दॅट कॅन बी रिटेन ॲज अ नो डेव्हलपमेंट झोन. देन दिस एरिया कॅन बी डेव्हलप्ड ॲज इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया. या अशा पद्धतीने आपल्याला ॲनालिसिस हे करता येतं. So resource inventory, GIS platforms, especially those used in conjunction with the remote sensors, decrease the time spent collecting the land use and environmental information. With remote sensing images, we can import remote sensing images in the GIS software, and we can have different applications, or we can have their image processing for our applications. So with remote images, urban planners can detect current land use as well as changes to the land use for the entire urban area. These images can also be used to create and compelling visualizations with 3D CAD models. So creating land use maps and plans. We will see with some of the research papers and articles information further to this lecture. Creating land use maps. Land use maps plays important role. Future land use maps act as a community's guide to future infrastructure. We have seen while preparing development plan, we prepare proposed land use maps, that is PLUs. So build plans and public spaces. These maps help ensure that cities' urban planning accounts for environmental conservation, pollution, mitigating transportation issues, and limiting urban sprawl. So while planning or while deciding the zones for urban land uses, you can have analysis with respect to wind direction, the soil structure, the wind direction. So many parameters or even hydrological aspect. म्हणजे ह्या बऱ्याच गोष्टी जर आपण विचारात घेतल्या तर आपल्याला प्रॉपरली शहरांचं नियोजन करता येऊ शकतं. चांगली ॲग्रिकल्चरल ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉईल असेल तर दॅट कॅन बी रिटेन फॉर ॲग्रिकल्चरल यूज. पडीक माळरान असेल दॅट कॅन बी युज्ड फॉर barren land, can be utilized for the MIDC or setting up new towns, new areas for urban development. New infrastructure facilities can be prepared. So you can see Baramati MIDC is located on the barren land towards Daund or Patas. agricultural land which is well irrigated with the irrigation facilities from the Nira River Basin or uh, Veer Dam is reserved for the agricultural purposes. So these maps helps ensure that cities urban planning account for environmental conservation. त्या पद्धतीने आपल्याला मग एन्व्हायरमेंट कॉन्झर्वेशन करता येऊ शकतं, पोल्युशन रिड्यूस करता येऊ शकतं, प्रॉपर रोड देता येतात, प्रॉपर मास ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन सिस्टीम प्रोव्हाइड करता येतात किंवा त्याच पद्धतीने आपण अर्बन स्प्रॉल म्हणजे शहर जे वाढत जातं बाय डिफॉल्ट त्याला पण प्रॉपर वळण देता येतं, प्रॉपर काही त्यावरती रूल्स रेग्युलेशन लावता येतात किंवा त्या पद्धतीने अर्बन डेव्हलपमेंट ही कंट्रोल करता येऊ शकते. So we can prepare some good bylaws, or we can provide some zoning reservations, or accordingly the direction of development can be planned. So with GIS, urban planners can quickly create maps of the cities as it is today and then use various modeling and predictive data techniques to explore सिनारिओज फॉर द फ्युचर. म्हणजेच पुढच्या 10 वर्षांनी सिटीज अर्बनायझेशन कसं असेल, पुढच्या 50 इयर्समध्ये बारामती कशी असेल आणि त्यावेळेचे प्रॉब्लेम्स काय असतील. सो अकॉर्डिंगली यू कॅन व्हिज्युअलाइज different scenarios with these models, with these tools, and you can have prediction and you can have proper planning of road infrastructure or other infrastructure facilities for the future population. So ideally using this exercise to create a future land use map that is thoughtful, sustainable and sound. So planning applications, GIS can help government and business processes organize planning applications. Many GIS portals can be made public facing, which means citizens can access data such as parcel outlines and information, county, district boundaries, and area zoning, with vital information more widely available to all government resources, which might have been spent fielding these requests and finding the data can put to use elsewhere. Moreover, with all applications stored in the central database, organization, processing, status tracking becomes much simpler. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे तरी अजून जास्त प्रमाणामध्ये GIS मॅप्स शहरांचे तयार नाही आहेत, परंतु सध्या बऱ्यापैकी कामं चालू आहेत. बरेच अर्बन लोकल बॉडीज और metropolitan regional development authorities like MMRDA, PMRDA is working on digitization of all these maps, and accordingly they are planning for the better facilities in the urban areas. Creating future land maps must take into account several environmental scenarios as well as project future demand for land resources. Modeling must include population data, economic activities, spatial distribution. So survey or information collection is already, as we discussed, is carried out through the process of preparation of development plan, and that can be used for the analysis. So land suitability analysis, site selection, यावरून आपल्याला अनालाइज करता येतं. As we discussed, we can identify the best suitable sites for the different purposes. So as we said, map overlay enable urban planners to conduct land suitability analysis, an important step in site selection. म्हणजे आपल्याला रिमोट सेन्सिंग वरून त्याचं पूर्ण सॉइल स्ट्रक्चर अशा बऱ्याच गोष्टी काढता येतात की ज्यावरून आपण बेस्ट सुटेबल साइट सिलेक्ट करू शकतो. रिमोट सेन्सिंग, spatial queries and environmental data analysis help urban planners to find areas of environmental sensitivity. By overlaying existing land development on the land suitability maps, they can identify any areas of conflict between the environment and the potential development. Connectivity. So how easy it is to walk or bike in a given city. You can see by using GPS applications in our car or vehicles or mobile also, we are easily finding our points or locations where we want to visit. You must be using map applications in our car or in our mobile also. Highly connected areas will give this its residents numerous options to get from A to B quickly. Impact assessment. So EIA preparation या पद्धतीने काही प्रोजेक्ट्स आले त्यावरून एन्व्हायरमेंटली इम्पॅक्ट काय होतील दॅट कॅन बी ऑल्सो बी आयडेंटिफाईड. So urban planners can modify some projects considering environmental impacts. So evaluation, monitoring and feedback. GIS can help planners to track if development is following the area's land use plan. Case studies, one case study is given. So they have described some information related to this case study. Okay, with this, I will stop for today and we will meet in the afternoon session.